60K subs were donated by Riot Games. Based. I can understand people being like excited for viewership numbers because you're like, it's a popular stream and you're watching a popular stream. And then I can understand people who are excited for like their smaller streamers to hit like 1,000 or like 10,000 subs or whatever. But at this point, I feel like it's kind of weird. Like, why are we? I don't know. What is the excitement? I guess it's kind of like another form of viewership to show how many subs somebody has, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he had a goal. Oh, like he was going to do a special event or something? Hype moments and aura. Based. Okay, maybe. Maybe I'm the hater. Oh, this is what we just watched, right?
The camera light catches Destiny's face in that familiar clinical glow, the kind of illumination that makes every twitch of skepticism visible. There's a faint squint, a lean forward, a quick inhale before the pause. The chat scrolls fast, emotes, reactions, defenders, critics. Cenat has just broken a record, over 1 million subscribers on Twitch during his Mafiathon 3. 60,000 of those subscriptions reportedly came from RAG Games, a sponsor-turned-patron whose digital generosity has transformed the Twitch landscape into a kind of corporate carnival. And Destiny, the longtime philosopher of online spaces, sits in front of his monitor, processing not just the milestone, but what it means. There's a strange power in that moment, the blending of hype culture, parasocial energy, and capitalism all converging into a single, quantifiable metric. 1 million subs, one streamer, a movement of cheering fans turning numbers into history. It's the new kind of empire, built not on stone, not on faith, but on gifted subs, merch drops, and sustained attention. Cenat has become a symbol of a cultural turn, entertainment as communal labor, celebrity as accessible, and hype as religion. Yet Destiny's tone, casual and detached, is its own form of critique. He isn't ranting, he's observing. In that observation lies something deeper, a dissonance between what the milestone represents for viewers and what it means for the creator ecosystem at large. Destiny has seen the evolution of content economies from StarCraft forums to Twitch's front page. He understands metrics like currency. He knows that when a streamer's sub count crosses the 7-figure mark, it doesn't just mark personal success, it redefines the landscape. Twitch isn't a platform anymore. It's a theater where influence is auctioned live. And yet, for all its spectacle, there's something hollow in the celebration. The excitement Destiny muses seems misplaced, not maliciously so, but misplaced in the sense of emotional displacement. The viewers cheer as though they, too, have achieved something monumental. And in a way, they have. Cenat's rise is communal by design. The Mafiathon, a live marathon of content, sleep-deprived creativity, and spontaneous interaction, becomes a participatory narrative. His fans aren't passive consumers, they're co-authors of his success. They push the numbers. They sustain the story. But Destiny's eyes trace the logic beneath the sentiment. He understands what the spectacle obscures, the economic machinery behind the milestone. 60,000 subs from RAG Games isn't just support, it's investment. It's branding disguised as generosity. It's a partnership that fuses commerce with culture in ways that are both exhilarating and dystopian. What Destiny is reacting to isn't Kai's success. It's the systemic script that turns every major streamer into a marketable myth. The more the chat celebrates, the clearer it becomes that the boundary between fan and financier is dissolving. For Destiny, whose entire career has been a philosophical engagement with online spaces, the absurdity lies in how quickly the internet normalizes scale. Once 1,000 subscribers was a miracle. Now 1 million is a meme. The internet doesn't marvel for long. It consumes, congratulates, and moves on. The same chat rooms that scream W Kai will pivot within days, demanding the next milestone, the next event, the next streamer to ascend. In the digital arena, attention is the new oxygen, and nobody breathes it for free. But there's another layer, one that Destiny can't entirely dismiss. There's all buried beneath the irony. Cenat, a young streamer whose rise has been fueled by charisma, humor, and a kind of relentless authenticity, represents a generational shift in digital influence. His Mafiathon streams are chaotic and warm, an organized disorder that mirrors the pulse of online life. Destiny knows that in his own way, Kai embodies what Twitch was always meant to be: unscripted, immediate, alive. Still, the philosopher in Destiny can't help dissecting the psychology of celebration. Why do viewers invest so much emotion in metrics that don't belong to them? Why do digital communities treat subscriber counts like championship trophies? There's a loneliness buried in the excitement, a yearning to belong to something vast, a collective rush that replaces meaning with movement. When Kai's counter ticks from 999,999 to 1 million, the chat erupts not because they understand what it means, but because they want to be part of a moment. It's digital communion. And yet, Destiny's stream pauses at the threshold between admiration and alienation. He isn't mocking. He's questioning the structure of joy in the algorithmic age. The same platforms that preach community are optimized for spectacle. Viewers don't cheer for the streamer. They cheer for the moment of virality, the shared rush of existing in sync. Kai's milestone is less about him than it is about the architecture of attention. The Mafiathon becomes both art and algorithm, part performance, part statistical inevitability. Destiny leans back, expression thoughtful. To him, the record feels both monumental and meaningless. Monumental because it confirms Twitch's evolution into the central stage of digital entertainment. Meaningless because the metric itself is divorced from sustainability. 1 million subs today, but what about tomorrow? The cycle of content demands constant escalation. Bigger streams, longer marathons, more outrageous events. The economy of spectacle has no ceiling, only a treadmill. And the treadmill, as Destiny knows, never stops moving. There's irony, too, in how the celebration frames Kai as a lone hero conquering the Twitch algorithm, when in reality, the success is collective and structural. Behind the Mafiathon are editors, sponsors, moderators, and an audience trained to amplify hype. Behind the sub count is a network of incentives that rewards consistency over creativity. Destiny, as a veteran of this ecosystem, recognizes the paradox: authenticity monetized, spontaneity scheduled, community engineered. He's been in this digital war zone long enough to see how platforms commodify connection. What begins as celebration morphs into competition, and what starts as fandom becomes labor. The viewers gift subs not just out of love, but out of obligation, to the streamer, to the moment, to the narrative of belonging. Kai Cenat's success isn't accidental. It's the product of a perfectly calibrated machine that turns charisma into currency. Still, Destiny can't deny the energy of it all. Watching Kai's community celebrate feels like witnessing a kind of digital carnival. Messy, vibrant, occasionally delusional, but undeniably human. In a time when algorithms dictate emotion and outrage fuels attention, moments of shared joy, however commercialized, still matter. Destiny's skepticism isn't about cynicism, it's about clarity. He sees both the brilliance and the absurdity. In a sense, this is what makes his reaction so compelling. Destiny isn't attacking Kai, nor the fans, nor even the platform.